Hello and welcome to another episode of Learning How to Automate with Zenphi in under 3 minutes. Today we're going to be going over how easy it can be to be able to build a flow to onboard your students. So let's go ahead and get started. The first step to any Zenphi flow is to set up your trigger, which is the action that starts your flow. For this example, we're using the Google Forms trigger, meaning it's going to run the flow every time a response is submitted. To do so, simply set up your connection to your Google Forms by clicking on the plus icon. After you authorize, you're going to be able to select your Google form using this Google Drive icon. You can select it from your drive. This is a sample flow we're using. We're asking questions like their first name, last name, phone number, personal email, enrollment status, and their date of birth. So as a first step, I want to be able to calculate when they're going to have their orientation meeting, which is going to be a week after we receive the request. So to be able to do that, we're going to be first getting the current date and time using this action, current date time action. You can choose from the different formats, but here the important step is to add time to the date and time. So I'm going to add 7 days to the previous date. That way we're able to calculate when we're going to have their orientation meeting. Then we want to be able to create their account, but to do so, first we need to create a safe password. So this create password action allows you to be able to create a password using uppercase numbers, special characters, etc. Then we're going to create their email using the create user action. You can set up your connection to Google Directory to be able to create their account. Here you would choose how their email would look, their password, which is from a previous action, to be able to insert information from previous steps. For example, the password, what we do is click here on the chain icon, and then we can insert the generated password. And then, for example, first name, last name, for all of these, you would do the exact same thing. Simply go here and choose a token that belongs to each space. There's additional fields that you can also add, for example, their phone number, change password at next login, recovery emails, notes, etc. So you can choose any of these and be able to fill this information as well in case you want to add their department, their gender, anything else. Then we're going to go ahead and add them to a student group by using the add to group action. Here all you have to do is indicate the group key, add the email address of the user that you're going to be adding, so it would be this one. You can choose which emails you're going to receive, and then we're going to go ahead and schedule their orientation meeting using the create calendar event action. So here you can edit the email, the subject, the description for the event, if it's going to be all day, who's going to be attending. In this case, I've added the secretary and the student. You can add different emails separating by comma, and you can also choose to add the Google Meet and then the start time, for example. And as the last step, we're going to go ahead and send a welcome email to the student using the send email action. So we have their personal email address. We're going to go ahead and edit the subject, display name, the body, and here we're going to obviously indicate their new email, their password, and the date when we're going to have their orientation meeting. And just like that, you can easily onboard your students in a few quick, easy steps using Zenphi. Thank you so much for watching.